In my intro, I alluded to a fact that there's an aspect of the fossil fuel debate that rarely gets mentioned, particularly in environmental science classes, which is that humans are actually able to flourish in this inhospitable planet precisely because of fossil fuels. Can you start by fleshing that out for us?
Sure. And I think that philosophy is really relevant. People think of when they hear I'm a philosopher first, they think, oh, well, why are you talking about energy? But one thing I try to show in the book is I think 90% of divergence on this issue has to do with philosophy. And I think if you think about it with a rational, pro-human philosophical perspective, it's actually obvious that we should use more fossil fuels. And that can sound crazy because we're told, oh, all the experts say that we should get rid of fossil fuels very quickly. And then here I am saying, well, no, we should actually be using more of them. But it's so, you mentioned people don't talk about the value of fossil fuels on this inhospitable planet. And one way of putting that is we don't talk about the benefits of fossil fuels, which if you step back, that's crazy. Because if say you're evaluating a prescription drug, everyone knows you have to carefully look at the benefits and the side effects. And if you just looked at the side effects, then you wouldn't make a good decision. And yet we see at the highest levels, and I document this pretty rigorously, that so many of our leading thinkers and institutions totally ignore the benefits of fossil fuels. One example I give is one of our leading climate thinkers, a climate scientist named Michael Mann, talks in a whole book, this celebrated book, about the negative impacts of fossil fuels on agriculture. But he doesn't talk about any of the positives, even though fossil fuels power all the machines that allow us to, almost all the machines that allow us to feed 8 billion people and provide the fertilizer via natural gas. And this failure to consider the benefits of fossil fuels, which is a really systemic failure throughout all these institutions and people who purport to be experts, that leads to things like today's energy crisis.